What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so the NBA's angriest black man and Draymond Green, who probably has cost his team at least 2 NBA championships, possibly three, but definitely two, recently gave his top 5 all-time defenders list. And the angriest black man in the NBA, aka Draymond Green, he included himself in his all-time list. Fine. Okay. I mean, if that's his opinion, that's his right to do so. Now, but not only did he include himself in a top 5 all-time NBA defenders list, he excluded Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, and Dennis Rodman. Saying something to the effect that he doesn't go off of stats, he goes off of what he sees. There's not enough footage to verify whether or not, they should be up there at that level. So he excludes them, talking about no disrespect, when it obviously is disrespect, especially with Bill Russell. But this is his top 5 list. He put himself, Ben Wallace, Tony Allen, Akeem Olajuwon, and who was the one? I'm forgetting somebody. It was 5. Oh, and Tim Duncan. That's his top 5 all-time defenders list. Quite honestly, me personally, I don't have a problem with Tim Duncan. Well, I don't know if I would say Tim Duncan's a top 5 defender, but top 10, yeah. I don't have a problem with Ben Wallace being up there. I don't have a problem, with Akeem being up there. Draymond Green and Tony Allen are not top 5 all-time defenders. I mean, in my opinion, I just think that's bull. But what this really is it just goes to show you the depth of how spiteful this guy is. Because Dennis Rodman has critiqued Draymond Green in the past multiple times. So that's why he doesn't have Dennis Rodman on there. He could sit there and say, okay, well, with Wilt and Bill Russell, there's not enough footage, right? Fine. But you're trying to tell me that you include Hakeem, but not Dennis? They played in the same era. Dennis won 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards. Dennis was the only guy I ever really seen that could consistently at least contain Prime Shaq. I watched this guy play. I watched him get in the heads mentally of great offensive post players. I saw him when he was with the Detroit Pistons when he was prime, when he could legitimately do what they say a lot of guys could do, and that's guard 1 through 5. He wasn't quite the same defender with the Bulls, but he was still a great defender. But somehow Dennis Rodman doesn't make the cut, but you do. I'm just honest, man. Like, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Is Draymond Green a great defender? Yes, he is. But to me, I think that he benefits from playing in an era where, generally speaking, we don't have a lot of great offensive bigs, especially in Draymond Green's prime years. We didn't have a lot of great offensive bigs anymore. And you know what I'm saying, when it comes to leadership and communication and getting guys to go outside their comfort zones and exploiting that, He does a masterful job of that. I don't have a problem if somebody says that Draymond's like a top 15 to 20 defender. But top 5, I have a problem with that. Because you're not a better defender than Bill Russell, period. He's not. He's not a better defender than Wilt Chamberlain, in my opinion. He's not a better defender than Dennis Rodman. He's not a better defender than Ben Wallace. He's not better than Mount Mutombo. So that it pretty much excludes him out of top 5. And why is Scottie Pippen not up there? Where's John Havlicek? But, you know, like I said before, this is a guy that's just spiteful. You know, this dude that feel like he doesn't get his just due. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. But, you know what I'm saying? We know that for years, Bill Russell has been considered the greatest defender of all time. Then you got these so-called, you know, mind the game savants who know basketball better than everybody else. Fine, you know. But that's the snobbery that you got to deal with these guys. Oh, by the way, if you say, look, anybody before the 2000s, I don't know enough about them, right? Or the 90s, right? If you say I don't know enough about them, right? Then why don't you just say the top 5 defenders of the past 30 years? Why don't you just say the top 5 defenders that I saw instead of saying all time? Because that's very disrespectful to put Tony Allen as a top 5 all-time defender. Tony Allen? Come on, man. Tony Allen's not a top 5 all-time defender. He was great. He was. But top 5, get the fuck out of here, man. If I would just put up there my favorite defenders. That's what a lot of these guys are doing, man. They're just putting up, they're just really naming their favorite defenders or their favorite players and not really putting up a real substantive, objective top 5, even naming people who they don't like, but basing it off of the eye test. But these guys don't do it. They have these hidden agendas or not so hidden agendas, and it's sickening. You know, and to be honest with you, the 9-time all defensive first team selections with Draymond is a bit much. It's a bit much. I could see 6 times, but 5 or 6 times, but some of these all NBA selections have been media manufactured. But, you know, that's just my take on it. What you guys think?